Morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Since all of the metal is up on the roof as far as the sheet good goes, starting to move into the trim work like I kind of closed out with yesterday. So ridge cap and gable end trim. So I got some gable trim right here on the porch right now. So I'm going to start marking that up to get cut. I want to close off the ends and stuff, give it a more finished look. So I'll be working on the porch a little bit today. It poured last night, so everything is soaking wet. Really getting up on the roof this morning, at least up onto the metal part of it, is not going to happen. So luckily here with this gable stuff, I should be able to get that up with just ladders and stuff like that. But ridge cap might have to wait until things dry out a bit. Probably this afternoon, something like that. So we'll see how long it takes me to get these gable parts cut up and looking the way I want it to look. So let's get to work. All right, guys, so I have my first piece of gable trim set up now, and so in order to make this kind of look like a finalized piece, I have to make some cuts and some bends and stuff like that. So you can see I've got a line drawn across the whole piece of metal. So but not all of it is going to be coming off. So this piece here, it's got an X on it. This side piece comes off. Again, this is with this kick out here. This is the part that goes against the gable fascia. Okay. This main part here across the top, that's actually going to fold down. Okay. And then this part here on this side, this tab here, from this fold to this fold is going to be folded in, and then this part here gets clipped out. One last thing I didn't mark on here yet, this will have a tab on it. I'm sorry, I won't cut all the way up to the top. I'll cut this down probably 1.5 inches, give it a square, and that'll be a tab that gets folded in, and all that does is provide support for this piece. It'll kind of make sense here once I get to cutting and folding. This is what the piece now looks with the cuts that I have made. Okay, vertical cut here. This is a 90-degree angle. Now this comes up. This section here was just less than 1.5 inches because when I tuck it under behind this one, I don't want any part of this to stick out. And again, that'll be more clear once I start folding. So moving over to the front here, this is the main cover. This is what you will generally see from the side of the building, and this will fold down over the sheet metal panels that are on the roof right now. Okay, so both of these cuts on this end here and this end here are 90 degrees. All right, coming over to this side here, again, this tab was cut back 1.5 inches and removed. And this tab here, again, will fold under. We'll have to make a finalized cut. You'll see it'll make more sense once I get folding. But again, this top part was a 90-degree cut, and I cut out a little sliver just so when I fold it under, there's no binding. Okay? So this is how it looks now with all of those folds created. Okay, so it gives a nice looking box end to it. So this tab here, it's kind of folded down on a 45. I've got to cut this bottom piece off. That needs to be trimmed off. And then we'll make sure that this angle here stays at 90 degrees. And then we'll put a pop rivet in for this seam here to where that tab is folded underneath there. You see it kind of hiding back in there. And then same thing for this tab over here that was folded under. We'll put a pop rivet in somewhere about in this area here, just to kind of piece all those things together. And that'll be a nice looking box end there for the end of that trim. Guys, there it is. That's the final product right there. I may do some, I don't know, looking around. I'm not quite sure if I like that angle like that or not, but, you know, I do like the boxed end to that. There also may be a change. This angle, instead of being a right angle here, Might have an angle that might match the roof pitch. So we'll see. We'll get it up there and we'll make some decisions. But this is first one out the box. Turned out pretty well. And we'll dry fit it up here and see how it looks. All right, guys. So looking now here at the gable end, everything went up very well. No complaints on my end. Again, nice boxed ends there. And I'm not sure, a little sunny. I'm looking right up into the sun. But nice peak there. Pretty centered, straight up and down. Looks nice to me. And then out this end on this side as well. So front is done. I'm fixing to move on to the back now. Of course, the back is always a little more challenging. We got a little more height to deal with back there. So, well, let's get it. I'm back here on the back of cabin 3 right now. Just want to show you here. I got the back side up and looking good. And then this is just how I have finished this off. Left an overlap over here and I've got a pop rivet in right here. I suppose I could put another one in right here, but this is going to be covered by the ridge cap anyway. And everything else is just flush cut back there. And then this is just a vertical cut right there, lined up really nice there. So really happy with that. I hope this is in focus. My eyes are no good close up. It's kind of tight quarters right up here, but yeah, everything went along just fine. So we're gonna grab the ridge cap. I gotta make the end bevels in it and then start dry fitting it up here and see how it goes. I just got done here horsing around with this ridge cap here, and this is the detail that I'm going to go with here. So I've got an 1.5 inch flap down in the front. I will adjust this angle once I get up there. You see, obviously I'm not able to guesstimate where, what pitch this is at right now. It's probably pretty close, but when I get up there and lay this out on the roof, this will flatten out and I'll be able to cut this vertical through there, plumb through there. So that's the ridge cap detail. So let's get it up on the roof and see what happens. Guys, well, what you're seeing is what you get, and that is one completed roof on cabin 3. Just getting the ridge cap on here, so every riser within each panel gets a screw. So there was quite a few screws that went in there, but everything went off without a hitch, lined up very nice. My edges down here turned out just fine. We're not going to have any problems with this roof, I'm sure, at least for the foreseeable future. But everything's looking just fine. So everything was just fine. I just had the blower up here. I was blowing off all the debris, everything that was left over. So this will be the last time, hopefully, I'm up here on the roof of cabin 3. Guys, we're going to call it quits for the day here from cabin 3. It was good to get that roof all finished up. I'm glad to see the tail end of that. So we're all excited. Now we're going to go turn around and do the exact same thing to cabin 1. So I don't actually have much of the materials for that right now, so we'll see. I'm going to get in tonight. It's relatively early. It's only 5:15 or so. So I'm going to head inside, edit this video out, get it posted, and then I got to start putting my plan together for the weekend. Yeah, so we'll come up with something. We'll be here doing something, moving forward, guys, every day. Listen, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And yeah, that's going to call it quits. We'll see you on the next one.